Russian generals keep making the same mistakes over and over. Tanks, armored vehicles, and expensive equipment turns into a pile of burning metal. Today, we are back with the most intense moments from the battlefield, from a destruction of $50 million air defense, massive ammunition depots. A Russian BM-21 Grad is spotted. Ukrainian forces use long-range FPV drone to strike the target. An enormous detonation is caused by a $500 drone. Enemy Grad is completely destroyed. A Russian Buk air defense system was spotted operating in Ukrainian fields. The coordinates are reported. An artillery unit opens fire. A precise strike in Russian air defense performs a massive fireworks show. A Russian artillery is spotted. Ukrainian drone operators use long-range FPV drone to destroy the target. Drone penetrates Russian artillery like butter, causing massive detonation of the ammunition. After a failed assault, a Russian armored vehicle was abandoned. Ukrainian Baba Yaga drone is used to finish off Russian armor. Precise strike on the engine compartment, an enemy vehicle catches fire. Just a few minutes later, fire reaches ammunition, and this happens. Russian IFV is torn apart. Only a bunch of burning scrap is left. A BM-21 Grad was spotted firing at Ukrainian positions. The crew tries to leave the dangerous area, but it was already too late. Ukrainian FPV drone catches up to Russian Grad and strikes. An enormous explosion is caused by FPV drone. Just look at this shockwave. A Russian tank is spotted by intelligence drone. Ukrainian forces use FPV to strike the target. Drone strikes the back of the turret, setting off the tank's ammunition. Ukrainian intelligence intercepts a radio signal. It is a Russian command center. A pair of Ukrainian MiG-29s are on a mission. Hammer bombs are used to strike the target. Precise strikes from Ukrainian aviation, and the command center is leveled to the ground, all because of one thing: an unprotected connection. A single mistake ended up in disaster. Now, if you want, FPV drones also join the battle. A whole swarm is used to stop the assault. Drones keep striking one after another. The first tank finally stops. This is how it looks like. A ton of wires all over an additional 10 to 15 centimeter armor plates make it hard to believe that it's actually a tank. With no weak spots detected at all, Ukrainian forces had to use more than 50 FPV drones to stop the assault. A Russian self-propelled howitzer is spotted. Ukrainian forces use long-range FPV drone to strike the valuable target. A precise hit, and enemy artillery catches fire. A few minutes later, fire reaches ammunition, and this happens. A Russian tank was advancing. Ukrainian drone operators use FPV drones to stop the assault. The first drone strikes, but the tank keeps moving. The second drone is deployed. The second strike damages the control system. The tank rolls into the tree line and stops. FPV drone is used to finish off Russian vehicle. An armored group, which consists of 2 Russian tanks, was on the mission. Ukrainian drone operators deploy a swarm of drones to stop the advance. After a few precise hits, Russian tanks are stopped. The crews abandon their vehicles and flee. Meanwhile, more and more FPV drones are used to finish off Russian armor. Buk M3 air defense is spotted. An estimated cost of such equipment is around $50 million. Ukrainian forces deploy FPV drone to destroy such valuable target. And just like that $50 million air defense is neutralized by a $1,000 drone. And these two buildings were used by Russians as an ammunition storage. FPV drones are used to strike the target. First drone strikes, but it's not enough. The second drone is deployed. The reconnaissance confirms the destruction of the first building. Another FPV is deployed to strike the second building. A massive detonation of artillery rounds, and the building is now leveled to the ground. And this vehicle was supplying ammunition, but it was abandoned. Ukrainian drone operators use FPV to finish it off. This destroyed building may seem like not much, but Russians have been using it as logistics center. Ukrainian MiG-29 are deployed to strike with high-precision hammer bombs. Bombs strike with pinpoint accuracy, leveling the building to the ground. The reconnaissance confirms the destruction. And this Russian monster BMP was abandoned by Russians after a failed assault. FPV drones are deployed to finish off Russian armored vehicle. Additional armor makes it much harder to destroy. After a few hits, the BMP catches fire, and this one was also abandoned. FPV drones strike the motionless target. After a failed assault, a Russian tank was abandoned. Ukrainian drone operators use FPV to finish it off. Despite the electronic warfare system on top, drone operator manages to strike the tank into open hatch. Precise hit, and the ammunition detonates, tearing Russian tank apart. And these buildings were used by Russian drone operators. Ukrainian forces deploy Su-24, equipped with hammer bombs to destroy the target. Bombs land one after another, leaving nothing but a ton of rubble. A Russian ammunition storage is spotted by Ukrainian drone. We can see the 120mm mines inside. Russians use them to shell Ukrainian positions. An FPV drone is deployed to destroy the supplies. The first drone opens the door, and the second drone flies in, gently striking the Russian storage. Precise hits, and Russian storage is on fire. Mortar shells are destroyed. And here is another one. Russians use abandoned civil warehouses to store the rockets for such systems as BM-21 Grad, BM-27 Uragan, and TOS rocket systems. Ukrainian military intelligence deploys FPV drone and strikes the ammunition depot. An enormous explosion of Russian missiles. The smoke goes up hundreds of meters in the sky. A flawless strike by Ukrainian FPV. A Russian armored group, which consists of 2 tanks, is on assault mission. FPV drones are deployed to greet Russian vehicles. Precise hit on the first tank, but it keeps moving. More drones are deployed. Additional armor plates and anti-drone nets make these tanks much harder to destroy. Despite that, Ukrainian FPV drones keep striking. After a few more hits, Russian tanks suffer critical damage and stop. Russian crews leave their armor and run. Meanwhile, more FPV drones are used to finish off the abandoned vehicles. A $50 million Buckham 3 air defense system is spotted. Ukrainian intelligence uses FPV drone to destroy such expensive system. A precise hit and Russian $50 million equipment is destroyed by a $1,000 drone. And this Tor air defense was spotted by Ukrainian intelligence. A Switchblade drone is used to strike the Russian system.